Alrighty, how to buy a home in Fernie, BC. This is going to be your step-by-step strategy. If you try to buy a home in Fernie the same way you'd buy in Calgary or Edmonton or even Lethbridge, you're going to overpay or buy the wrong property or buy something you can't exit cleanly in the next 5 years, because Fernie isn't just a town, it's a lifestyle market. The Fernie Lifestyle is a real thing. It is a tourism market, a supply-constrained mountain market. And those behave way different from any of those cities that I've mentioned. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to buy a home in Fernie, British Columbia, step by step in 2026. What to do, what to avoid, and where most buyers quietly lose money. All right, strap yourselves in. Here we go. Step 1, decide what kind of buyer you are. Fernie buyers fall into 4 categories: full-time locals upgrading from house to house or condo to house, Alberta lifestyle relocators looking for some fun, remote professionals looking to work from the greatest place in the world, and recreational second home buyers. Each has a different risk tolerance. For example, a Calgary equity buyer treats Fernie like a lifestyle upgrade. A local Fernie family treats it like long-term housing security. Your strategy changes depending on which one you are. Step 2, understanding Fernie's price structure. This is a doozy. Fernie is not linear in its pricing. You typically see entry-level condos, 1970s to 1990 single-family homes, mountain modern builds, acreage outside city limits, custom gorgeous mansions, and incredible places that you probably didn't even know exist. So crossing certain thresholds changes liquidity. For example, under 700,000, that's the strongest buyer pool. 800 to $1 million, that's your lifestyle and equity buyer, potentially someone that's going to continue or move up into from a condo into a house. Over $1.2 million, that's a thinner resale pool. And in Fernie, price band matters more than square footage. Step 3, budget for those nasty little BC costs that can sometimes surprise you. In addition to your down payment, right? Your property transfer tax, you've got these property transfer tax, you've got legal fees, inspection, insurance. If you're buying new construction, you've got a 5% GST, unless you're on a rebate program of some sort. Potential GST rebates, like I just mentioned. Development timelines matter. And if you're buying outside the city limits, there's well and septic inspections, snow removal logistics, insurance premiums can spike. Mountain markets amplify small mistakes. For example, if you bought a place out of town and you actually had a long driveway getting up to the house on your little acreage, well, guess what? From the road to your house, you need to have some way to shovel, because we still get snow regardless of where you live. It's going to fall on your driveway. And if it's 2 car lengths long, that's how much you're going to have to take care of. And if it's longer than that, you better get your more than just a shovel, bud. Step 4. Get pre-approved for rural lending. Not all Fernie properties finance equally. You have acreages, non-conforming suites, secondary dwellings, older log homes. Lenders look harder at these things, especially properties outside strict municipal zoning. Before you shop, confirm with your lender comfort with the property type. Step 5, location strategy inside of Fernie. Okay, there are four major different neighborhoods, all at different resale speeds. For example, you got the Cedars, newer, family-oriented, big price tags though. You got the Annex, you got some character down there, walkable, close to downtown but not downtown. Montaigne, you've got some newer builds, mountain modern, premium pricing, alpine trails, strong local demand up there, great views over top of the city, but more over the course of the year, and you'll have snow up in some of those areas a month longer than most. So ask yourself, if I had to sell in 3 years, would this be easy? Where should I be? If I need to sell in 3 years, I need to be somewhere where it's sellable. Okay, Fernie rewards good location decisions, and it's going to punish your emotional ones. Step 6, rental rules and bylaws, and this is where buyers can get hurt. Fernie has specific short-term rental regulations. Strata buildings often restrict rentals. Some zones prohibit certain uses. Do not assume that Airbnb potential, right? Doesn't matter. Don't assume. You need to verify at the city. Go and specifically ask them if that's your intention. Can you do what you're trying to do? Because they will watch. They are paying attention. So you need to verify your zoning, your city bylaws, your strata rules, your insurance coverage, especially near Fernie Alpine Resort. So, and it costs you money, so make sure you know. Step number 7, making an offer in a lifestyle market. So Fernie has 2 speeds, okay? Yeah, time as well, but let's talk about the 2 speeds. Spring and summer, these are faster. Late fall and winter, a little bit slower. But inventory cycles matter more than season, okay? When you're making your offer, you need to make it subject to financing, subject to home inspection, subject to insurance, subject to strata review if there's a strata, okay? Insurance. You need to know what's going on, and you need to look at the title. You need to understand what you're going to get for that property, what's on it, what's not. Usually all the financial stuff's on, but there could be a lien, there could be something in there that you need to know. So make sure you have a look at that. Have your realtor look at that as well. That's me. So your deposit now, you're making an offer, is typically 5%. Usually we'll put it down in Fernie. So let's just say, actually, let's not even put a percentage on it. You know, it could be 10 grand. On a larger place, it could be 100 grand. Okay, so you probably run about 5% average on it, but it's going to be subject to, okay, let's scrap all that. So your deposit is typically 5%, and you're going to put that down. I usually put within 72 hours of acceptance of the offer, 72 business hours. Okay, so you have all these weird little Mondays and sometimes Fridays, and weekends. So we don't want to count those days because nobody's around working where they can be to take your deposit. So we'll make them business days, okay? So 4 business days, maybe 5 if your client is from out of town. The deposit becomes non-refundable upon final subject removal. So once you've done all your due diligence and you remove your subjects and your conditions, the deposit will become non-refundable. And your due diligence window is absolutely everything. If you need to know something, you need to figure it out in that time. All right, step 8, inspect for mountain reality, okay? Fernie deal with heavy snow loads, freeze and thaw cycles, basement moisture, roof wear, drainage and grading issues. Older homes require careful inspection. West Fernie homes, careful inspection. Go down to the basement, have a look. All right? The house has been there for a while and it's still standing, but you just need to be aware of what's going on down there. Skipping inspection in a ski town is reckless, okay? So again, and get it done by a professional that can explain it. Your realtor, myself, I know some of the stuff, but I am not the pro. Okay, your home inspector to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and then he can explain everything to you. Step 9, you need to understand your exit strategy before your entry. Okay, basically, ask who would buy this home from you. Whoa. Okay, and we're looking for that really weird and obscure one-of-a-kind houses. Well, if you're looking to try and get rid of that in the next 3 years, there might be only one of you to actually want to buy that house from that person that built it. There's only one of him. Like that, you need to know what you're trying to do here. So who would buy this from me? So if you're thinking, is it a local family? Is it a Calgary or an Alberta buyer? Is it an investor or a retiree? If your resale pool is narrow, your liquidity risk increases. So that means if not a lot of people would be interested in your house, your risk of holding on to that house longer and not being able to sell it when you need to increases. Okay? Fernie, limited land. But limited land doesn't mean unlimited buyers. You got to be really strategic. You don't want to buy that one-off house that's really cool and unique and then try to sell it when there's only one buyer out of 100 that's even interested in that kind of house. Okay? So you buy in Fernie. This is step 10, when to buy in Fernie. You want to buy when you plan to hold your house for 3 to 5 years. Okay? Your income is stable. You're not stretching it financially. You understand the maintenance, and you're buying for lifestyle and financial balance. You want to wait when you're maxing yourself out. You need appreciation immediately, or you're unsure about staying. Common mistakes in Fernie. Okay, buying to the ski hill without resale thought. Okay, assuming income will carry the property when maybe you're not allowed to have an Airbnb where you are. Overpaying in an emotional bidding war. Yeah, I'm going to get this and I'm going to beat him. Yeah, those don't pan out so hot in the short term. Long term, it'll shake itself out, hopefully. So ignoring insurance early. Don't do that. Not planning for snow and maintenance costs. Hey, we're in a mountain town. We get lots of snow. You better expect that you're going to be shoveling or plowing. Okay? Choosing layout over location. And look, Fernie is one of the most desirable mountain towns in British Columbia. Fernie Lifestyle offers lifestyle. That's why you're here. People want to come to Fernie for the lifestyle. People don't move to Fernie for a specific house. Right? Doesn't make any sense. You come for the lifestyle. You come for the everything that you're going to create with your friends, family, whatever. Fernie offers the community limited land, strong identity, but mountain markets reward the discipline. The buyers who are going to win here, they plan first and they act second. Let's work strategy. Give me a shout.